trauma with this guy, man, and the whole situation. And I just want to say, I think he needs a lot of prayer, and he needs mental health, like the things that we can relate to, you know?
Absolutely.
I think that's what's gonna save him or help him. Nothing else. I don't think we should talk about him. I don't think we should make fun of him.
The latest news about Q from DAY26 and Diddy is really shocking. We've always known that dealing with Diddy wasn't easy, and many people went through tough situations with him. The artists on Bad Boy Records seem to have it the hardest since he had so much control over their careers. But what Q shared has opened up a whole new layer of drama. Just when we thought we knew everything about Diddy, it turns out we've only seen a small part of the story.
I kept trying to get in contact with him because all I wanted was an apology. All I kept saying, like, could you apologize? Like, could you just apologize for what I can't talk about right now? But I just wanted to apologize because something was wrong with me, man. Something was wrong. And like on your last Vlad interview, you could look at me and tell like something was wrong. Like I wasn't the enthused person. I wasn't cute. I looked like stressed. I looked like I was in a dark place. So like you could tell like something was wrong, like.
Apparently, one morning he woke up and discovered a tape of himself being shared, and it was said that Diddy had taken it. The shocking part is he couldn't remember anything about when or how it happened. The only thing he was certain of was that Dawn Richards must have helped Diddy, supposedly to prove herself. But what exactly is Q trying to reveal?
Talk to Diddy?
Not as often as I'd like, but that's the homie forever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know that Puff had bought me out of a contract prior to even getting on the show. Like it wasn't I chose Puff over my group at the time. It was more of when someone does that, where I come from, you gotta respect that on a large level. So I gave loyalty to him. All his crazy, I look at things like that as loyalty. So I was loyal to him and I paid my dues back like a businesswoman should.
Right.
Until he said, okay, your dues are paid, and then I left.
If you've been following the drama since the Cassie scandal in 2023, and then the RICO charges that exposed how much the industry covered for Diddy, you already know he kept tapes and records on nearly everyone who crossed his path. That's how he maintained control and stayed in power. Most people assumed these recordings came from Diddy's infamous freakouts, thinking those involved were part of it, unaware that cameras were everywhere in his home. But Q is suggesting something different. According to him, even when someone tried to be extremely careful not to leave any trace that could hurt their reputation, Diddy still managed to gain leverage over them. Q Mosley from DAY26 rarely spoke about Diddy, and whenever he did, he became visibly shaken, sometimes even breaking down in tears because of how intense it was.
I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know. Or laugh about it after they do it, you know. Like, I don't get it. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like, none of them are innocent. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well.
Even when Q showed up for an interview this year with his group, he seemed uneasy and visibly shaken when asked about any encounters with Diddy. It wasn't until he met with Audrey O'Day that he finally opened up and explained why discussing Diddy was so difficult for him. Back when DAY26 was active, Q started dating Dawn Richards, who was also signed to Bad Boy Records. They were one of the first couples in the label aside from Faith and Biggie, and their relationship became a major storyline on Making the Band. One day, Dawn gave Q a pill, saying it was from Diddy, and showed him another for herself, giving the impression they were meant to experiment together later. But after taking the pill, Q suddenly found himself in a terrifying situation. He came to and saw Diddy standing over him, surrounded by several men who were laughing. Q screamed, feeling that something had been done to him, but he couldn't fully understand or describe what had just happened. The experience left him shaken and traumatized, making it incredibly hard for him to ever talk about it openly.
My ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. And she said...
Is that what she said it was?
Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red. And I took it because I thought I was going to get freaky with my girlfriend. You know, we tried ecstasy before, and I trusted her. That's what it was. He gave her 2 of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
I don't know their names.
You're talking about Diddy's
Diddy's
daughters?
twins, yeah. Diddy's twins, his girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed to cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And it felt like, I'm not gonna cry.
Okay.
Yeah, take your time. It's okay. It's understandable that you're reliving this and emotion comes with it. There's just no way around it. So
It felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said, I felt like they were trying to hurt me, or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night.
Someone even commented on what Q might have been feeling, saying, "He wasn't asleep. He was awake the entire time. His coming awake was just his consciousness returning to his body." That really makes sense, because it wasn't until he started asking Dawn about the pill that he realized it was more like a horse tranquilizer than a normal recreational pill. It gets even crazier. Dawn never actually took the pill she told him she would. She only pretended to take it to make him feel safe. When she saw that he had taken it, she spat hers out and told Diddy he could come in. Q also mentioned there were 2 red pills, but she never took hers. That part haunted him for a long time. It didn't feel like a shared experience, it felt like an experiment. He described it as if he were a lab mouse in some twisted test, just to see how quickly he would collapse. His trust was manipulated, and his vulnerability was exploited. After that, Q started experiencing severe psychological symptoms. He had auditory hallucinations, racing thoughts, intense paranoia, and crushing anxiety. His memory slipped, and his thinking became confused. It felt as if his mind had regressed, and he had to relearn basic things with help from doctors and loved ones. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, he felt broken. And this wasn't just about Diddy. Q implied that Dawn could have been involved as an accomplice. It didn't take long for Dawn to respond with a statement of her own, saying she never drugged anyone or gave anyone pills, and that such claims were false. She argued that her actions, inviting him into her home, meeting his family, attending social events, and interacting with others he had concerns about, didn't match the idea that she would do something so harmful. Her statement essentially mirrored what Diddy and others had done to Cassie. She questioned why he would stay connected with her if she had really done something so terrible. But even as she claimed not to know about the incident, she somehow referenced him introducing her to his family afterward, which didn't add up. She eventually took the statement down, and instead had someone else, Diddy's former chef, Jordan, defend her, saying Dawn wasn't lying and that Q was experiencing these feelings alone. And to clarify, Dawn Richards is not lying about her side.
And also, before I forget, Dawn Richard is not a liar. Dawn's not a liar. I was in LA for a lot of stuff that happened, and I was also in New York and the Hamptons, with Dawn and DAY26. It's a lot of you know the trip where, like, after that Q lost his mind and he was never really the same. I was in the Hamptons. Actually forget how much that I was really around for. So yeah, Dawn Richard is not a liar, has never been a motherfucking liar. If you guys knew, okay, working for someone that weaponizes food and punishes people and not allowing them to eat or sleep and berating them and all of that, like, yeah.
It seems like Q was finally ready to speak and release everything he had been holding on to for more than 20 years. As soon as Jordan made her statement, he didn't even argue with her. Instead, he shared a short clip of the video he had been talking about and laid everything out. Q pointed out that Jordan wasn't even present when it happened. So how could she know what really went on unless someone fed her lines? The video confirmed much of what Q had been trying to explain. He looked completely dazed and confused, and waking up like that was terrifying. He was soaking wet, which showed he had been given something extremely strong. Dawn appeared in the clip laughing at him, fully aware of her role, which must have made the experience even more frightening. Right before the camera shifted, Diddy reached for something, and it was clear what he was about to do, even without saying it. The camera had to move quickly to avoid capturing it. For Q, watching the video and realizing he had been manipulated and played was an intense and traumatic moment, and it finally gave people a glimpse of the nightmare he had endured.
So that's why I said I feel like he's in jail, and I'm not judging anybody because I think he needs prayer and help, but he's in jail because he's a danger to himself, first of all, and he's a danger to the world right now. And I think there's a lot of people that are scared that didn't come out in the beginning, that are very scared because it's a scary situation. It's not just him that could possibly hurt you. It's people around him that are still close to him that could hurt you, or it's just really deep, man.
Say what you want about Q from Day26, but his story about Diddy has always been consistent. It's hard to believe he's exaggerating or trying to get attention. Many people online feel that what he's saying is true. If we give Cassie the benefit of the doubt, Q deserves the same respect. Some are defending Dawn Richards while overlooking her harmful actions toward her group members and Q. At the same time, they praise Diddy even though he has faced lawsuits. The contradictions are clear. Dawn has often tried to position herself as the good girl in all of this. Watching the Day26 interview was intense. 4 out of the 5 members were crying as they listened to Q describe what happened. You could see the pain, trauma, and long-lasting effect it had on him, even though he didn't go into every detail. It's clear Diddy caused real harm, and many feel he deserves consequences for his actions. The big question is, was Dawn just a victim, or was she both an accomplice and a victim? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.